What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer taking a look at Earthbound Immortal. They just got a new quick play spell now, so I'm not going to use that. But I did want to show some very interesting things that you can do because there's just extreme amount of potential. So these are some of the new cards that came out recently. Groundkeeper. So when it's normal summon, it lets you get out a Earthbound Immortal from the deck for free. It only locks you into fusion and synchro summoning, which is fine. There's so much generic synchro support, obviously. And then this brings out Earthbound Prisoner Line Walker, which when it's summoned lets you add either the field spell, which is like not very good, or Harmonic Synchro Fusion. This is a card that I have wanted to use for a very long time now, because I just think it's such an amazing card. It's polymerization and synchro summoning at the same time. So one of the best engines to use with the Earthbound support is Runick, mostly like not even as its interruption, which is great because it's good going first or second. So you end up having like 15 going first and second cards, right? You run 9 hand traps, and then you can run like, oh my gosh, like at least 6 more of the Runicks, which is like imperm and destruction. And then you have the one that destroys spells and traps, and then you have the one that searches all of them. So you have a lot of instant fusion targets, and that's its main like purpose, really. Like I said, like in terms of the combo side of this, right? This brings out any level, like 2, 3, 4, 5. Also, we're dark, which is very important. So you get to synchro summon into Ancient Fairy Dragon, which was recently unbanned. This card's absurd. Okay, this is a very good card. And then the Earthbound one lets you search a Earthbound monster, which is not really that important actually for this combo, because I just use it as discard fodder. It's like a 2.5 card combo I'm showing. It's not really the purpose. I'll go over the deck profile and do like a bunch of gameplay later. I just wanted to show like a little like combo theory, at least I have here. So that helps you go into Hugin. Okay, Hugin can search you the field spell, which you can see where this is going, right? I'm playing the Runick engine as an engine, obviously, but it's also just like instant access to a field spell always, like a very consistent way to do that. And normally Ancient Fairy Dragons, like, terraforming is pretty much the only way to do it, right? Or like, cards that search. Obviously the Runick cards are all the same, and you can destroy that. And you would think like, okay, like why aren't you playing Runick, right? I don't have any Runick cards in my hand, so what's the point? Well, you can search a new card, Stand Up Centurion. So this is a synchro summoning deck, like more than anything, right? And I just feel like it's silly. In one of the Earthbound Immortals actually searches you any field spell. So it would feel kind of crazy not to use this card. Let you discard one, and then so you got the search, right? I think I only showed 3 cards. So like I said, this isn't a full. There's so many things that you can do, obviously, but you can discard and lets you get one from the deck, or basically put it in the spell and trap zone. And this is crazy because this card lets you special summon itself, and then you can use its other effect to put it back into the spell and trap zone and grab another name. And obviously that other name can also special summon itself. So this one is Trudia, something like that. This is the main one, Centurion Primera. So this lets you freely special summon, and when it's special summon, it adds a spell and trap. So the whole thing with Centurion is that it sets up calamities, but you do have to wait until the main phase. So this combo essentially makes it double protected. Like your opponent is not, unless your opponent is Sphere Mode or Lava Golem. There's very few cards in the entire game of Yu-Gi-Oh that stops this. And I think, to be honest with you, I think those are the only 2. So this is first of all, this is like a generic synchro. It just requires a Dark Tuner, which is crazy. So you get to use Ancient Fairy Dragon to like its fullest effect here, pretty much. And when it's summoned, it lets you Monster Reborn. There's actually, again, I had to do a lot more testing, but this is a quick effect. You can always special summon back an Earthbound monster. It's very interesting, but you can go ahead and get the first Omni Negate with the newly unbanned Yang Zing. So I just like this as a 5. The one biggest problem with this deck, besides being extremely complicated, is that the tuners are odd. So it's very weird. It's very hard to line up the numbers. Even numbered synchro monsters are like almost always better. So like the 1 is okay because you can kind of get there through one way or another. But yeah, the level 3 is kind of rough. So I think a really good way to like maximize the use out of your cards is to use Danglong. You could probably go into like a bigger synchro, to be honest. So that would be like, what, 8, 9? See, I don't know. Like once you get to 11, it's really bad. And if you brought back a level 1, you can go into Shen, and that's okay. Shen can win you the game sometimes too. Like it's level 9 synchros are very easy. But in any case, you can go for Legatia. This is the main monster. Basically, it's very cool. When especially when you get to draw a card, very cool. And then I think it also lets you pop one. But anyways, you get to bring it back. So really what you're doing is drawing one, and you don't really lose anything because this goes back into the spell and trap zone, which is actually better because you're just like straight up recycling it. So I'm going to draw a card, and hopefully it's a hand trap, or maybe it's a Runick quick play, something like that. But that's kind of the whole idea. So again, this is a double Omni Negate. So the one thing I searched with this was the Primera, which searches you this, which is when a spell trap or monster effect is activated, you can send one face-up monster card from your spell and trap zone to the graveyard to negate the activation. Now you may think, right, during your opponent's turn you're going to use all of it, but no, it's all covered. The Centurion cards are insane. So there we go. I can go ahead and just like place that back in the zone, and then when my opponent does anything, I can trigger both of these. So this is going to search, which is great. So I can search now the level 8, which is very important. This lets you target a card, put it back in the spell and trap zone, and then special summon it, meaning that I'm going to be able to go into a Synchro 12, which is great. And then also, like, this is back online. So, yes, for the very quick time being, right? I don't have anything to use here. I already have a backup anyways, but yeah, you're going to be able to put it back into the spell and trap zone, like, very naturally. You don't have to open anything. You don't have to draw anything. And then you get to quick Synchro during your opponent's turn, target the level 12, go into Calamities, and your opponent can't play. So your double protected Calamities basically just is game ending, right? And this is advantage every single turn. So it's so good, right? It's just, you can do so much with this deck. It's kind of insane. That's just one example. Like I said, I'm going to do a deck profile, probably do some gameplay, but I think the ceiling of this deck is absurdly large. It's just really difficult to play, and that's obviously the biggest issue. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Other than that, that's going to do it for today's video, and I will see you guys next time.